Mother, this is not my real home. My home is in Mathura and my husband calls me Lugdi. If your 4-year-old daughter said this to you, what would you do? In 1926, in Delhi, one mother experienced exactly that. And what followed would chill you to the core. December 11th, 1926. In the narrow streets of Delhi, an ordinary family was living an ordinary life. Lugdi Devi and her husband were caring for their newborn daughter Shanti, completely unaware that this child carried a secret that would shake the world. The first 3 years were normal. Shanti crawled, walked, spoke her first words like any other child. But on a cold January morning in 1930, everything changed. 4-year-old Shanti was playing in the kitchen when she turned to her mother and asked, in the most casual tone, "Mother, why don't we go to Mathura? Kedar Nath must be wondering where I am." Lugdi Devi dropped the spoon from her hand. "Who is Kedar Nath, my child?" Shanti looked at her as if she had asked the most foolish question imaginable. "My husband. He has a fabric shop in Mathura, on Chowk Bazaar Street. Don't you know, for years old. A husband, Mathura, a fabric shop." That night, Lugdi Devi did not sleep. In the following weeks, Shanti's memories poured out like a flood. And these were not childish fantasies, they were architectural layouts, geographical details, private secrets. One evening at the dinner table, she told her father, "There is a large courtyard in the center of our house. A well on the right, the kitchen is downstairs, and our room is upstairs. The window faces the street. Kedar's shirt always hung on the left side of that wardrobe." Her father tried to laugh. "Which house are you talking about, my daughter?" "My house in Mathura. I lived there for 10 years. Then, I died during childbirth." Imagine hearing the words, "I died during childbirth," from the mouth of a 4-year-old. That night, Lugdi Devi whispered to her husband, What if she really came back from the dead?" March 1930. Shanti was playing in the garden when a street vendor passed by, carrying colorful fabrics. Shanti suddenly shouted, "Uncle, uncle, stop." "Are you from Mathura?" The man stopped. "Yes, little one, I am." Shanti ran to him, her eyes shining with excitement. "Do you know Kedar Nath Chabi? He has a fabric shop in Chowk Bazaar. Very handsome. His wife Lugdi died during childbirth. Tell him that Lugdi has come back." The vendor's face turned pale. How do you know these things?" "Because I am Lugdi, and I want to go home." That was the moment, the first crack. The vendor really was from Mathura. There really was a fabric merchant named Kedar Nath Chabi. And his wife Lugdi really had died during childbirth in 1925. Exactly 5 years earlier, 1 year and 10 months before Shanti was born. Shanti's family could no longer ignore it. The child was describing a city she had never visited, people she had never met, a life she had never lived. Her father wrote a letter to Mathura to Kedar Nath Chabi. The letter included Shanti's statements. Lugdi's birthmark left breast. Shanti had the same one. The hidden money 150 rupees under a bedroom floorboard. The yellow sari worn on festivals. 2 weeks later, a reply arrived. Written in Kedar Nath's trembling hand. Everything is correct, but the most shocking part is the hidden money. Only Lugdi and I knew about it. I never told anyone. I even used it for her funeral expenses. How is this possible? How can a child know a secret that belonged to a woman who died 5 years ago, 400 kilometers away? I am coming. I must see Shanti. November 1930. Kedar Nath arrived at Shanti's home in Delhi, accompanied by his 10-year-old son, Navneet. When the doorbell rang, Shanti was in the kitchen. The door opened. Kedar Nath stepped inside. The moment Shanti saw him, She screamed and ran into his arms, wrapping herself around his neck, crying uncontrollably. "Why did you come so late? Why did you remarry?" "I waited for you every single day." Kedar Nath froze. How did she know? He had not mentioned it in the letter. No one had told her. Yet Shanti knew. Kedar Nath had remarried 2 years after Lugdi's death. Then Shanti turned to young Navneet. "My son, how you've grown. You were just a baby when I died." Navneet felt his skin crawl. Yes, he had been a baby when his mother died. How could this girl know? Kedar Nath decided to test her. "Where were our personal belongings?" "My yellow saris were in the wooden chest. Your clothes were in the left wardrobe. My gold earrings were in the small box under the bed." "Correct. What was Lugdi's favorite food?" "The lentil soup you made, but I never liked it too spicy." "I always asked you to use less chili." Kedar Nath's eyes filled with tears. No one else could have known that, but the most terrifying moment was yet to come. Shanti stepped closer, placed her small hand into his, and whispered, "Do you remember our last night? The night before the labor pains began?" "What did I tell you?" Kedar Nath collapsed to the floor. "Why you? You said." Shanti finished his sentence. "If anything happens to me, take good care of Navneet. Don't let him grow up without you, didn't I?" That conversation had taken place only between them, in the bedroom, at midnight. No one else had heard it. No one could have known. As he left the house that day, Kedar Nath said to Shanti's parents, "This child is Lugdi. I don't know how, but Lugdi has returned." December 1930. Only one thing remained, taking Shanti to Mathura. No maps were shown, no addresses were given. Would a child really know a city 400 kilometers away the train journey began? Shanti sat by the window, watching the scenery. Suddenly she spoke. "We're passing Ghaziabad now. Aligarh will be next. When we arrive at Mathura station, you'll see a clock tower on the right." The adults froze. Shanti had never been there. Yet at every stop, she was right. When they reached Mathura, Shanti said, "The clock tower." "There it is, I told you. It was there." "Show us the way," Kedar Nath said, and Shanti, a 4-year-old child, walked through the labyrinth in streets of Mathura. Without hesitation, without asking, right turn, left turn, a narrow alley. She stopped. An elderly woman stepped out of a house. "Aunt Kamla, do you still live in the blue house?" Shanti shouted. The woman was stunned. "How do you know me? I am Lugdi. Did Mira get married?" "She was engaged when I died." Kamla collapsed. "Yes, Mira married 2 years ago. But are you really Lugdi?" Shanti entered Kedar Nath's home. No one guided her. She moved as if she had lived there for decades. "The well is on the right. The kitchen is here. And upstairs." She went upstairs. Entered the correct room. Our bed was here. The window faced the street. She knelt, lifted a floorboard. "I hid the money here. You took it, didn't you?" Kedar Nath wept. "Yes, for the funeral." Shanti smiled. "That's why I saved it." The next day, Shanti said, "Take me to where I was buried." No one told her where the grave was, yet she walked straight to it. Among hundreds of graves, she stopped at one. "Here, you buried me here." The name Lugdi Devi was carved in stone. Shanti knelt and touched the earth. Childbirth was very painful. The baby wouldn't come out. Then, darkness. "I saw you crying around me, but I could no longer speak." Kedar Nath's tears soaked the soil. "Forgive me. I couldn't save you." Shanti looked at him. She was 4 years old. But her eyes carried ancient wisdom. "It wasn't your fault. My time was over. But I knew I would return to bring you forgiveness." Shanti Devi's story spread across India. Newspapers declared, "Is a 4-year-old child the first living proof of reincarnation?" The story reached Mahatma Gandhi. "If this is true," Gandhi said, "everything we know about life and death may change." In 1935, the Indian government made a historic decision. An official commission would investigate the Shanti Devi case. A team of 15 members of parliament, lawyers, scientists, journalists. Their goal: expose fraud. Shanti was separated from her family and interrogated for hours. Color of Lugdi's wedding sari. Number of steps on the house staircase. Location of Kedar's knee scar. She answered all correctly. They went to Mathura. Conducted independent investigations. 44 specific details tested. 38 completely correct. 4 partially correct, 2 unverifiable. 86% accuracy. In 1936, the government report concluded, "The evidence presented by Shanti Devi is consistent with the reincarnation hypothesis and cannot be explained by conventional means." In 1961, Dr. Ian Stevenson of the University of Virginia examined the case. A psychiatrist who spent 40 years researching reincarnation. His conclusion: "In 40 years of research, I have never seen evidence this strong." He found physical resemblance as Shanti aged, identical phobias, fear of needles, identical food preferences, identical birthmarks. Shanti lived to the age of 60. One day, a knock came at her door. Navneet stood there now, 66 years old. "I never doubted you," he said. "Even as a baby, I felt it. You are truly my mother." Shanti embraced him. "My son, I am so proud of you." Navneet brought news. "My father died peacefully last year." His final words were, "Shanti brought forgiveness into my heart. I can leave in peace." December 27, 1987. Shanti was calm that morning. She told her niece, "Today I will meet Kedar Nath. He is waiting for me." At 3:30 p.m., Shanti Devi passed away peacefully, but the most chilling part came next. At the exact moment of her death, Navneet's family in Mathura reported, "I felt Lugdi's presence. My mother embraced me. After 62 years, I felt her again." At her funeral, 500 people claimed they saw figures of light ascending into the sky. A young woman Lugdi and a man Kedar Nath walking hand in hand. Dr. Stevenson was there. "You make all this mass hallucination," he said. "But 500 people saw the same thing. I have never witnessed anything like it." The Shanti Devi case remains the most thoroughly documented reincarnation case in history. Government verified, scientifically investigated. 44 evidences, multiple witnesses. Geographic verification. Today, the University of Virginia houses the Division of Perceptual Studies, with over 2,500 reincarnation cases cataloged, all measured against the Shanti Devi standard. Shanti Devi taught us, the soul is immortal, love transcends death. Every life may be the continuation of an unfinished task. Perhaps you, too, have memories you cannot explain. Perhaps you remember the scent of a place you've never been. Perhaps you dream of the same face again and again. Let us end with Shanti Devi's own words. Death is not an end. It is like taking off old clothes and putting on new ones. The soul continues its journey.